when you said that, so
I
we have
did.
to have some conversations about Chippy. Good morning,
we should
everybody.
leave Chippy alone
Live
for
mic,
a week.
live mic. That's basically what just happened.
I am alive.
But I didn't say it. You said it.
Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Well, I'm all chippy. All right, everybody. Right now it's 66 degrees. It's going to be a high of 66 degrees. Wednesday, September 17th. We got a ton of news. We got a ton of things that we're going to talk about. Half of them we don't know what they're going to be, but we're certainly going to be talking about.
But I do know what we're going to talk about.
What are you going to talk about?
Rockland Music Fest.
Coming September 27th, 10 days away at Clover Stadium with 10 bands and our headliner, Magical Mystery Doors. It's going to be an amazing time. Let me turn off that intro music right now, and it's just going to be pretty damn amazing. Mike, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right, but I'm looking across this table at you, and I see both excitement and terror in your face.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, you've been anticipating this for 10 days away, and it's got to be a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of...
Can you tell our listeners how much work it takes to put one day of show for all of the Rockland folks who want to come and listen to the music? This is not, we just threw it together. This is not, yesterday I decided I'm going to have Rockland Music Fest. This has been
10 years. 10 years of planning. And I can't account for a lot of things that are going to happen on that day, but I can account for the effort level that not just me, but so many people have put into this in order to make it like an amazing show.
How many people do you think it took, it just on your part, not talking about the baseball stadium staff and all that, your crew, how many people do you think that you've pulled in to help you with this?
42.
I mean, that is the greatest number.
42.
So picture that, folks. Tom plus 41 other people or 42 other people.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a lot of people. Most small
participants.
businesses don't have that many employees.
They don't. It's an amazing thing. And it comes with a lot of emotions. I was thinking about this last night, and it's been a countdown from 40. It's been a countdown from 40 days, and the scramble level has increased exponentially to get everything in place. For instance, fundraising, the stadium, stages, not just one, not two, but 3 different areas, small stage, medium stage, and then, a fairly large stage, the sound, the lights, social media, radio advertising, posters, tickets, commissions to all the ticket vendors that are selling tickets out there. We have 99 right now. I counted them last night. 99 different coupon codes for this thing.
Do you have a red balloon to go with each one of those?
No, but I'll tell you one thing. Like, if this doesn't go well, it's going to feel like the red balloon with the, my goodness. Plus,
like it grabs you or something.
Yeah, our charitable recipient is Meals on Wheels. They're celebrating 50 years of service to our senior community. So I really want to get this right from every possible dimension. And let's not forget the 10 bands that are playing. So, and we'll get into this in a little bit. It's going to be an amazing day. But I
got some news, right?
Yeah, no. And I want to say, Mike, I do appreciate that you asked me that, because quite frankly, it really is. It feels like it's pushing slowly but sure. The only way that I could characterize it is, did you ever see The Three Amigos?
Of course.
All right. You know that scene where he's chained up against the wall? He's like, gonna make it.
Oh, yes.
Gonna make it.
Yes. And then he's gonna make it. Right.
They're gonna make it. That's the way it feels, man. Oh, mate. So, hopefully it'll go well. But let's do the news real quick.
All right.
And we'll come back to this.
I mean, if we can, I think there's a lot of news, isn't there?
There's a decent amount, and it's not all good news, to tell you the truth. But
it seems like that's the week.
And for all the news that matters to you most, head over to rocklandsnews.com. We post about 20 stories per week. We took down a little from the summer. It was 30. We was like, let's dial it back a little bit. But about 20 stories a week. Got a great newsletter, goes out to like 9,500 people. And so anyway, this is the news today. And here we go. We want to thank our advertisers at the end of this. So Rockland County, former corrections officer is former corrections officer pleads guilty to over 120 child exploitation charges. Yeah,
Man.
that's like I said, it wasn't like all the good news.
I mean, you came out with a doozy.
Yeah, Rockland County is reeling after Daniel Dworkin, a 45-year-old former corrections officer from Valley Cottage, pled guilty to 128 felony counts, related to child sexual abuse material. Investigators say that Dworkin uploaded numerous explicit images and videos involving minors to his Google Drive between February and June of this year. He faces 1 to 3 years in state prison, a sentence the district attorney's office has called inadequate. Dworkin will also be required to register as a sex offender after serving his time. Sentencing is set for January 2026. Brutal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the next thing's lighter, right?
A Bardonia man is facing serious felony charges after attempting to send explicit content to someone he believed was a 14-year-old girl. Instead, it was an undercover investigator with the Rockland County DA's office. Good job, Rockland County DA's office. Victor Caligiuri, 28, was arraigned on 4 counts of attempted dissemination of indecent material to minors. Despite objections from prosecutors, he was released without bail. The DA's office and Homeland Security continue their work under the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. The investigation remains ongoing. All right, so this is we're leaning toward positive now.
Ooh,
we're leaning toward positive, and the phone just drops out of my freaking pocket.
I mean, that's kind of a metaphor.
What a morning.
Mic drop.
Funny, because the next thing is about a mic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Congressman Mike Lawler has introduced legislation to make September 11th a federal public holiday. The bill, titled the September 11th Day of Remembrance, seeks to formally honor the nearly 3,000 lives lost, the courage of first responders, and the national unity that followed the 2001 attacks. The announcement came on the 24th anniversary of September 11th.
I think that's a positive thing.
Yeah. I mean, we will never forget. So let's put it in the books,
right?
If you will.
And perhaps on that day, we can act a lot more like September 12th, 2001.
Indeed. Most indeed, actually. After a year, this is good news. This one's good news.
Yeah, good news.
Okay. After years, and I know this personally, after years of planning and community debate, the Rose Memorial Library in Stony Point is moving forward with an expansion and now a move. The library is going to relocate to the historic schoolhouse at 117 West Main Street. It's a beautiful building. It's on the opposite side of Route 9W.
Right by the Stone Church? Is that right?
Very close.
Okay.
Yeah, like right across the street.
Yeah.
So it's tons of more space, and it's also preserving a local landmark to note.
I mean, let's put two great things together like peanut butter and chocolate.
Most definitely. Reading, education, and history. They all go together.
All right.
The move follows a 2024 public vote that approved a budget to increase the budget to $1.1 million extra per year, bringing it to a total of $1.4 million. So that should line up with what they're attempting to do over there. Officials for the library say that the new site offers room for programs, archives, and modern amenities without sacrificing the town's architectural heritage. And the new facility is expected to open by late 2026.
That's great.
All right.
I wonder if there's any way that folks can volunteer to help that, because there's a bunch of books over there, right? It's not, Rose Memorial is not, I mean, it's a small library, but it's not tiny.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I mean, moving a computer with tons of information in it is easy compared to making sure that all the books are moved and cataloged.
Right. And then put back in their right way, however that's supposed to be. But I would think that's a lot of tonnage of paper.
Yeah, we need
I love a good book in my hand. I appreciate libraries. I appreciate that me and my children go to the library, take out some books. You have that physical, I don't know, there's just something about flipping through the pages, Tom. Like,
no, there is
stuff
you're
on the tablet,
right.
and it's not the same.
No, you're absolutely right. And I have, these days, most of the time, I'm on my, obviously, laptop and iPad. The iPad is fantastic for digesting a Kindle book. But I will say this, for the classics, and when I say the classics, I'm into like autobiographies and things like that. Gotta have the physical book. something different about it. I agree with you.
Shakespeare. I have two complete works of Shakespeare. I tend to give them out to folks who are just learning about theater and culture.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the same reading Shakespeare on a digital device as it is flipping through a page like you have an ancient tome.
I absolutely agree. Yeah, and one of my favorite books is upstairs. I have a ton of them. As a matter of fact, just a funny side note, my favorite, well, I don't know if it's my favorite book, but it's definitely something that is core to me. It's called the Picture Bible. All right.
Picture Bible. So based on the Judeo-Christian Bible.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's just like almost like a comic book.
And it's a comic book. It's exactly a comic book.
Well, I guess it would be a graphic novel, wouldn't it?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, David chopping off heads and everything. I still get into debates with, I got a good friend that's like a Jehovah's Witness, right? Okay. And I get along with, I basically get along with all religions. Like, I mean, I haven't joined the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster or anything like that.
Although I do have friends who are in there, and their noodly appendage is very welcoming and friendly.
Pastafarian, right?
Pastafarian.
Dig it. Yeah, and I was just like,
Tony.
So it's like, you got to lean away from the philosophical. It was like, David chopped off heads, like what's, I don't understand it, but.
I think that if you actually looked at the oldest compilations, not the rewrittens, not the retranslations, but it would be rated R if we tried to put it on the silver screen.
Oh yeah, the Song of Solomon is one big porn script,
and this is in the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, if you read it, you're just like, dude, we don't, like, if we were at the bar, we wouldn't say that today. We definitely wouldn't say that today.
No.
So anyway, let's get back to the news.
My fault.
My fault.
To circle it back.
My fault.
To circle it back.
Yes.
Rose Memorial Library is moving down the street. It's an exciting thing for Stony Point. It's an exciting thing for those who love libraries and information. And I want to take this moment to support all of our libraries on the air. And because I know that the Tompkins Cove folk had a referendum on the last voting cycle about whether or not they wanted to keep their library. And there were folks who didn't understand why the libraries were still important. Mm-hmm. And at some point, I do think we should have someone who is more knowledgeable about this to talk about it, and so we can interview them. But I feel like those are the centers of information and guidance for all sorts of things. So I had to get my passport redone, right?
Yeah.
I was concerned that if I didn't dot the I's right and cross the T's right and do the things right, it was just going to get spit back to me because there's not really an easy place to go. That's the passport agency, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that the King's Daughters Library in Haverstraw will walk you through step by step, line by line, to get your passport?
Absolutely.
They will even take your picture for you.
Well, yeah, and I realized early on, and my wife is part of the Nanuet Library.
Which is why I'm bringing this up, not Tom. Mike is appreciating the library. Tom's got a vested interest.
Yeah, and I know, obviously, there's a clear separation of powers and information and everything. But I know how much it goes into the effort level of the library staff and everybody to make it an environment where everyone feels comfortable. And that's not easy, especially, I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. It's like there's some people that come in there that, let me put it this way, they could end up on the news.
Oh,
yeah. Exactly. So there's monitoring, there's security, but there's also just trying to encourage everyone, because it's a public building, encouraging everybody to, get along, sit and read. This is where I would not be a good library director, because I'd walk in and it's like, sit down and study, so that,
good.
I'd be like the school marm.
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking of the old school nuns with the ruler that you see of the days of yore.
It would make my first grade teacher, Sister Helen, I believe. Was it Sister Helen? Something like that. But basically, one time I was in first grade and I got into this fight with someone, and I picked up one of those desk chair things and I put it over my head and I went to throw it at him. And I couldn't exactly throw it. And I looked behind me, it was because the sister was holding it.
No.
Fast forward 3 minutes later, I'm holding the thing over my head because she had me in the corner.
holding it up.
Yeah, it was like, sister, I can't hold. She goes, that's fine. You hold it up there.
Wow.
She'd be very proud of me as a school marm.
Well, fortunately, you are not the school marm for the library.
I am not.
Better heads will prevail, and your children will be safe, well educated, and well monitored at the library, as I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Now, and let us also remind ourselves that the library is not just for books, not just for computer or internet access. There's all sorts of programs that all the libraries do. So look into your local library, look into the county libraries, because I think they're all connected now, right? Isn't there an interlibrary system?
Yeah, the Ramapo Catskill library system.
Are all of the libraries in the county connected to that? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure, I'm certain that at least 70 to 80% are connected, because I've been to the various libraries and I know I've seen the RCLS. I'm fairly certain that all of them are, but I'm not entirely certain.
Listeners, this is your quest. See if there are any libraries not connected to the system, so we know. And the part of the system that you need to understand is that if you live in Havistraw, but you need a library resource in Suffern,
right?
They're connected, so you can go get those resources. You could probably get them delivered to the library that is closest to you.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Citizens, go out. It's usually whatever library.org or something like that. I'm sure there's an easy way to find it. My internet guru.
Well, there's
is my
like, for instance, there's an upcoming 5K race, and it's on the Library Association of Rockland County, LARC. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see.
While Tom is looking, there are all like gardening, cooking, stitching, all sorts of like programs about all sorts of things at the library. And I'm sure if there's something particular that you're looking to do and you go to your head librarian of your library,
yep,
that you can probably get some of this stuff initiated.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. LARC, rocklandlibraries.org.
Excellent. So listeners, go check it out. Go visit your local library, support your libraries. I applaud Tompkins Cove for not demolishing their library.
Yeah, seriously. And it is a beautiful library.
Oh my God, that building is so adorable. I'm excited for Stony Point. They should have more space in a historic building.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to say, this website for LARC is really good.
Oh yeah? And
yeah.
You are one in the know.
I am. Well, just based on years and years. Yeah, seriously.
It's what you do.
I'm hitting 20 years next year with doing this web development stuff.
So you will not be in the news like earlier.
I certainly don't imagine myself to be. All right. So let's get back to the news. And all right. So the next thing, and this is kind of like the ongoing saga with Chippy, which is funny because
God.
So we accidentally did a hot mic at the beginning. That's what I'm going to call you. You know how you like I broke the Tommy?
Yeah.
Hot mic.
Yeah. Hot mic. Yes. Anyway, all right. Tell me about Chippy.
Local leaders are demanding accountability as the Chippy pipeline project continues to disrupt businesses along Route 9W. Supervisor Jim Monahan publicly requested $5 million from Chippy to offset the losses.
Hold up. Last week, we had a conversation with Joe, I believe it was.
Correct.
And the number he came up with, based on his fancy math, was that the shop owners were going to need like 8 times that.
Yeah. Well, it makes logical sense because let's just say, like, for instance, my bike store that we had 30 years ago.
It's because you're old.
Anyway. And I am old. I'm here like with my robe and bunny slippers on.
I thought that was your cape. I thought you were Super Tom today. Those are your super socks that he's got all these stripes on. He's I thought he was Super Tom today.
Do you remember? I think it was Superman 3 where he got exposed to the kryptonite.
Yes.
And he's like all like huddled up and cold and everything. This is I'm not I'm not feeling sick, but I'm like all like not Superman today. So
Batman? Are you Batman?
I'm Batman. All right. So anyway, Jim Monahan requested $5 million from Chippy to offset the losses. Business owners report blocked access, lost parking, and plummeting revenues. And this goes back to what we mentioned before about the bike store. To tell you the truth, we were only bringing in, I mean, by my estimates, maybe $40,000 or $50,000, maybe less, over at the bike store. Now, we were a struggling business.
And this is 30 years ago, so that number we need to.
It fluctuates, yeah. But even based on that, the $30,000, let's say, for instance, that we were bringing in terms of revenue, I told my mom this almost every day that we closed the cash register.
Revenue, not profit.
Revenue does not equal profit, exactly. Right. So you look at the 30,000 or the 50,000 or 100,000 or the million or the 3 million that a business is bringing in. Okay.
How much of that is rent, power, water,
there you
insurance?
Go. Yep. So we ended up plus paying for the bicycles.
Right. Product on the shelf.
So we were really clearing. I mean, forget about the corporate profit. Right. We were only clearing basically our own salaries if we were lucky.
Right.
If we were lucky. Now I was a kid, so I didn't really need much at that point.
Right.
So I was probably making like $7,000 a year, which is even 30 years ago.
Let's modernize this and take our favorite poster child, Rocky Alexander.
Mm-hmm. He is now, right?
I feel like he is.
Well, he stepped up.
He's the poster child for what's going down here, because he is a sole proprietor.
Yeah.
In a strip mall, trying to do a food service thing, and just by the disruption of traffic, it is killing his business and all the businesses around him in a way that is like a giant stepping on an ant. Chippy does not although we are starting to scream and cry now, I don't think they considered this when they started. And if they did, and they were like, we're not going to do anything about it, then they're evil, and then we need to do something about it.
The original plan was for it to be in the river.
Which I understand from an environmental point that why it needs to be moved, but and we're kind of stuck with where it is now. The problem is, and I say this to my children, it's not about making the mess. It's about how you're going to clean it up.
Well, Chippy, yeah, absolutely.
Chippy, how are you going to clean up this mess? This is an economic disaster.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about this, and I'm on the Chippy Express website right now, and I have to find out if. Oh, there's my answer right there.
What's that? I don't know what the question is.
Okay.
42?
Riverkeeper.
Okay.
And I have to be careful because I really just want to ask this as a question, not as,
You're not accusing, you're curious.
I like fish.
To eat or to swim?
I like fish a lot. I eat it. I'll swim with the fishes if I have to.
Eat the fish from the Hudson?
I don't know if I want to sleep with the fishes like Luca Brasi.
No, it's probably not a good idea.
But, I like the fish, okay? So I get the arguments that it's like, if you put the power line in the river, it's going to disturb the, I think it's the sturgeon breeding grounds in Haverstraw, okay?
Okay.
But here's the thing, and I thought about this the other day, and I'm researching it now, and I have the answer right there. It's not AC power. It's DC power. DC power from this pipeline from Champlain Hudson Power Express.
It's running gas, though, right?
It's bad. DC power is not. In other words, it's not going to warm up the Hudson.
My question is: are they running a gas line, or are they running an electrical line?
It's an electrical line.
All this for an electrical line?
That's correct. It's hydropower that comes from Canada. Now, I'm separating this completely from the argument about how it's affecting Route 9W right now.
Okay.
I'm going back to the original premise of this.
And if we are looking at the history to try and have a better future, the thing that was done was it was pushed forward because there were too many pushbacks. Some of them were environmental and some of them were feelings, not facts.
Yeah.
And now we have a place where it got pushed and hurried so much that nobody saw the consequences of an economic disaster that is being caused.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do? We need to show up and be more present in our communities. I was talking with a small business owner in Monroe about politics, and not about politics from who's right, who's wrong, left or right, but from a when it comes time for local business and local politics, the colors should not ever matter. I don't care if you are red or blue. What is best for my neighbors, my citizens? We want to work together, because when we talk about the great times and the not great times from a historic place, but when Americans were at their best, they were working together. You were able to go to your neighbor because you knew who they were for a cup of sugar or an egg because you were out and you're making a thing, right?
Right.
We've lost that. We need to get back to this place where everybody knows who lives on their street, and they don't have to be friends, but you have to know your neighbor. And just like on September 12th, 2001, we need to all get together and remember that at the end of the day, we're all neighbors and we all want to have a happy life. Don't step on somebody else's stuff. Don't yuck on somebody's yum, as long as they're not stepping on your property. And
yeah, I'm totally, I want that. I think everybody wants that. I just think what's happening is, and I'll go back to my,
we're being divided so we can have that.
Well, see and now that becomes a question of, is it really sides that are going against each other, or is it individual personalities that are leveraging those different sides in order for their own individual gain? So the argument could be made either way. Either it's the parties or the individual players. My problem, and this goes back to what you were mentioning about the everybody getting together and organize it. There was organization around this. As a matter of fact, there was better organization than what I'd say the businesses had 15 years ago.
Right.
There wasn't any provision for the businesses being more actively involved in this particular decision, because it wasn't necessarily broadcast all over the place. It was done in...
This brings me to my point, because if we were all neighbors, instead of that's just the guy who lives next door, the murmurs and the grapevine conversations and all that would be more prevalent. We'd be more locally informed about what's going on if all of us spent more time, just a few more minutes every day, knowing who lives across the street.
Yeah, and that's where the information component comes into play. Right. I absolutely agree with you.
Like, going back to Rocky, he is working his butt off to try and make you delicious, healthy food.
Right.
He doesn't have time to go pay attention to what's going on in Stony Point Town Hall.
But shouldn't I think Rocky does go. I'm fairly certain.
What I'm saying is this: is that if you, Tom, are going, but you go visit Rocky every couple of days because you want your acai bowl or whatever it is.
Acai?
I don't know how you say that word. It's the weird berry thing. Anyway, so like you go in there and be like, hey, Rocky, blah, blah, blah. I was over at Town Hall. I heard that you should know this is coming down the pike. And if we're trying to help each other out from a neighborly, small business, small community way, we're going to be more informed because we're going to talk to one another. And we're going to talk about what the goings on are.
I agree. The thing that I'm worried about is how I'm going to approach people with completely different ideologies than I have. And it doesn't, see the tough thing about this is the math and the numbers with it. Now, I'm not some genius mathematician, okay? But most business owners, the ones that are generally good at what they do, they have to have a really good grasp of the math, because once you get the math, then you get the matrix. You can see the bigger picture of it. Like, there's dependencies and stuff like that. The dependency of small business inside, specifically Stony Point, has not been recognized. And it's not the town, it's not the businesses, it's not the residents, it's not even the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce. it's each of us not recognizing that those businesses are a vital part of the local economy. 61%.
And why is that? Why is it? Because we're not communicating.
61% of all revenue that goes into a small business stays in the community.
I agree with this statement.
Yeah.
I try, and when I go visit the foreign lands, if I go upstate or whatever, I don't go to Dunkin'. I find the local coffee shop. And Stony Point actually has a local coffee shop, right? I don't know how their business has been affected because I don't know if that's in the reports. You can go to Dunkin', or you can go to It's Coffee. It's your choice where you want to vote for your dollar. Right. Or vote with your dollar.
And let's also be clear. For instance, Dunkin' Donuts, typically they're franchises. So that's small business owners too, technically speaking.
And this is where you have to be an informed consumer. How do we become better and more informed consumers?
Well, one way is, for instance, the next time a DC cold energy electrical pipeline is proposed to go into the Hudson River, don't try to move it because it might end up on Route 9W. And now there's an intermediary there, in fairness, okay? CSX. I've been railing on Orange and Rockland.
Hold on. Did you say railing on CSX, the train company? You punster.
Yo, we need sound effects for this.
Well, when
we get sound effects,
when we get a technology upgrade, we can
have
the hot buttons.
I can't wait until, well, actually, I can wait until after September 27th, because you know what's happening on September 27th?
Rockland Music Fest!
Coming September 27th, just 10 days away, to Clover Stadium, home of the New York Boulders. We're going to have 10 bands, including our headliner, Magical Mystery Doors, performing Beatles, Doors, and Led Zeppelin tunes. Great tribute band from Atlantic City and Bergen Pack. They're coming up to do a performance over at Clover Stadium. Plus, we will have 9 other bands, and actually, just for the heck of it, let's take a segue here. I'm going to head over to Rockland Music Fest.
I don't think I own a segue. Do you have a segue?
I could get a segue.
Can we have segues at Rockland Music?
You know, they were only $5,000 back in the day. I'm wondering if maybe I should. So Magical Mystery Doors, they're the headliner. But we also have the Slippery Chickens. It's like rockabilly music.
Okay.
AK-40 Devin, he does hip hop. We have the Frank Ocasio brother band. They've been with us.
That's the funkiest of the funky.
Latin funk too, and they've been at many a Stony Music Fest over the last several days.
Frank,
years. It feels like days.
Frank is a pillar of the music community in Rockland.
Side Hustle, classic rock. That's Jonathan Parizma, and he's got an amazing 4-piece band, and they do classic rock that's just fantastic. Electric Beef.
My dearest and one of my oldest friends, Tito Wilson.
Tito is fantastic on the drums. I learned a lot from the drummers around here.
Not only is Tito a fantastic drummer, but he is an amazing vocalist. There are times when I'm listening, Ozzy, may rest in peace, I hear Ozzy singing, I'm like, Tito sings it better than Ozzy does.
I mean, he's got a beautiful voice for that, man. Crash, that's my buddy Aiden. I mean, he's a crooner, and he's going to have some fantastic tunes with his 4-piece band over there. Trouble Junction, that's Todd Weiss and crew. Grateful Dead tribute.
Okay.
You can't have a proper music festival without some sort of jam band.
So all you deadheads, come on out.
And the Ramblers. And Jonathan Parizma is actually playing in 2 separate bands. He's got kind of like a Jimi Hendrix sort of vibe to him.
I mean, Jimmy is my most absolute favorite.
Yeah. So that's 2 bands that are going to be doing that. It's going to be fantastic. Proceeds to Meals on Wheels Rockland. They're celebrating 50 years of service to our senior citizen community. And I want to thank our many sponsors for this. Actually, let me bring up that. We haven't even done the rest of the news yet.
Oh, wow. Well, I feel like it was important for us to discuss libraries because they are such a, like, you hit us with 2 really heavy negative news articles.
Yeah, it was brutal.
And we really need to focus on the positive.
Yeah.
And what better than having a happy thing about Stony Point in their library?
It makes me emotional too.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So these are our
give us some
sponsors.
good news.
Well, yeah, here's some good news out of the whole, Champlain Power Hudson Express debacle. All right.
Okay.
That's happening right now. Okay. And I am hoping, for the record, that Champlain Hudson Power Express and the town and the residents and the businesses and the North Rockland Chamber of Commerce, that's doing an amazing job. Mike, I'm not even on the board anymore.
Okay.
Stephanie, Mary, Rocky, Lauren, and Julia, they're doing a great job basically advocating for funding for the local businesses.
So if you are a listener and you have not opened your mouth and made your voice heard that you are having an issue, please contact the Chamber of Commerce at
845-947-JOIN. Let me just make sure I got that right. JOIN.
J-O-I-N.
5646. 5646. But I want to get the phone number here. Just hang on 1 minute. And I got to go back to the Rockland Music
Festival. When you do that, while Tom's looking that up, folks, if you know anyone whose small business is suffering because of this and they have not been connected, to have some sort of voice and to maybe get some relief, please, we can't help you if you don't speak up.
Yes. Now, just flipping back to, and the reason why I'm leading up to that is that our sponsor, our big sponsor for Rockland Music Fest, and we couldn't have done it without them, is Champlain Hudson Power.
All right. So my initial thing at the start of the show, give them a week break. We gave them a little praise.
Yes.
And this is why I think that we just haven't consolidated our voice and yelled so Champlain can hear us.
Can I step into my corporate hat for a moment?
There it is.
I have several corporations. One is Rockland's News. The other part of it is Rockland Web Design.
Okay.
And Rockland Music Festival, Inc. All right. From a corporate standpoint, and I realize now I can be objective about this. And I am concerned about what's happening on Route 9W. I am also at the same time appreciative that Champlain Hudson Power Express is sponsoring this concert, because we've been working on this for 10 years. And my job as CEO of Rockland Music Festival, Inc. is to fundraise and make sure that everything comes in so that we can put on an amazing performance for the people of Rockland County. So thank you very much, Champlain Hudson Power Express. Mike, if it's all right, I'm just going to do the rest of these.
Do it.
My guys over at Hauser Bros. Hauser Bros is a heating, air conditioning, and industrial piping company. Industrial piping, baby. All right.
All right.
And they were established many, many years ago. They've been in the county for at least 50 years. Let me just bring them up on the screen here. Okay. Hauser Bros has been in since 1953. Timmy, Oksana, thank you very much for your sponsorship of Rockland Music Fest. St. Thomas Aquinas College, because of them, we're doing an espresso rave for the kids at 8:30 in the morning over at the stadium. Phillips and Millman, the law firm right over here, they're fantastic. Thank you, Frank Phillips, for...
And by right over here, he means right on the corner of 9W and...
Filer's Lane. Yes. Rockland Teacher Center, thank you, Debbie, and Betty, for your donation. And we'll have you in the goodie bag, and we appreciate every time that you sponsor the festival. Beckerly Lumber, Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy, located in West Haverstraw, New York. The Bi-State Professional Networkers, Buffalo Wild Wings, the Nanuet Town Center, Gloria Papasophocles, Dana Pest Control, Yaboo Fence.
I think they must be our favorite sponsor to say.
I love them. I really love them. And they're located
I love their name.
West Nyack, New York. Rockland County Tourism, of course. Thank you for seeding and just bringing it in so that we could do the tourism outside of the county. Do you know we have offers on WHUD and 107.1 The Peak right now?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Free tickets if you tune in. Listen, if you want to go to Rockland Music Fest, tune off of this. Go right now, everybody. Go right now to 107.1 The Peak, and you could win tickets to Rockland Music Fest for free. Banchetto Feast, Life Force Self-Defense. Thank you, Tina, for sponsoring, and not just Rockland Music Fest, but also the Nanuet Town Center Summer Concert Series. 6 different bands played over there over the course of the summer.
It's like a pre-Rockland Fest.
Exactly. It's a warm-up. FJ Datoma Construction. Thank you, Frank. And I'm sorry I didn't call you last week. It's so busy. And I have a few others that I'm going to be contacting today. I can't announce sponsors for that. Just so much, Mike. So much. So it's going to be an amazing time. And
so to tie this all back together.
Yeah.
Citizens, listeners, go tell your neighbors Rockland Music Fest is here. Come have some libations, listen to some great music, and meet some folk who might live next door to you or the next street over, and talk about things like the small business crisis of 9W.
Yes.
And perhaps if we can get together over some libations and music, and we can reach across the street
Yes.
to the people who live there, and really start to know your neighbors and really start forming a community, I don't think we will be affected as the rest of the world is being affected if we ourselves can be a strong, powerful, small community. And Rockland's tiny. Rockland is tiny. We may have a lot of people, but if we can work together, that means we can get a lot of stuff done.
And in other news, a Garnerville man accused of a violent screwdriver attack in Haverstraw was caught after a traffic stop in Stony Point. Eduardo Hernandez, 49. Hey, that's my age. I hope that maybe that's the mirror universe. I don't know.
It's not you, Tom.
Allegedly held a screwdriver to a woman's throat. She's okay, thank God.
Okay.
She's okay. She fought him off, and police later apprehended him after a brief chase. Hernandez now faces multiple felony charges, including kidnapping. And I should note that Life Force Self-Defense, one of our sponsors for Rockland Music Fest, they offer self-defense classes for women. In Nyack, I believe there's classes in Suffern as well as in Westchester. So you can learn more about them at lifeforceselfdefense.com. And there's a few other things. I don't think we have all the time for it because I know you have an appointment.
I do. I actually have to run, but I would like to remind the listeners about Rockland Music Fest,
September 27th over at Clover. 10 days away, Mike.
10 days. 10 days.
I'm a neurotic mess, brother.
I see you excited and terrified, as I said before.
Yeah.
Listeners, come help Tom. Help celebrate Rockland.
Yeah. If anybody wants to be a volunteer, go to rocklandsroadies.com. You can sign up on there. We'll give you, in exchange for 2 hours of your volunteer time, you get a free ticket plus one for your friend. That's worth $100. So on behalf of Mike and Tom in the morning, that sounds awesome.
Mike and Tom in the morning.
Everybody's got a boogie out. I'm going to give this guy a big bear hug.
Super Tom and a super game.
My favorite co-host. So as everybody's leaving, I'm just going to give the thank yous to all of our sponsors for the Rockland News AM. But first of all, thank you to Yabu Fence, Data Pest Control, Easy Temp, Kobe Sushi. There's a new music lounge that's already open Wednesdays and Saturdays. Jazz over at Kobe Sushi in New City. 202 Cannabis, located in Garnerville, New York. Susan Bova, Coldwell Banker Realty. Lauren Molino Muller, Howard Hanna Rand Realty. Whole Shot Bagels, located in Haverstraw, Levin. They're holding it down over there. Don't worry about the chippy stuff. It's going to be fine. 99 Signs, my friend Greg. Workforce Development Board of Rockland County. Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. St. Thomas Aquinas College.